Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steelers' Russell Wilson speaks out on rivalry with QB Justin Fields. Quarterback controversies can often lead to a toxic environment with NFL teams. But by all accounts, that's not happening with Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, and the Pittsburgh Steelers this season. Wilson replaced Fields in the starting lineup during Week 7. He then starred in his Steelers debut, leading the team to a 37-15 victory over the New York Jets. Afterwards, the veteran quarterback didn't conclude his on-the-field interview with NBC Sports without praising Fields. "I also want to give credit to Justin Fields, man. How he got us into this position," Wilson told NBC Sports' Melissa Stark. "What a great player he is." Wilson also raved about Fields during his post-game press conference. "We are in a tremendous situation where we are," Wilson said. "I think there's a lot of outside noise that makes it seem like it's a negative thing and this rivalry internal, but it's not, man. We just want to win. That's what we're focused on. I've got to give Justin Fields credit, man. Just all the things he was able to do. How great he's been playing. He inspires me every day, how he works, vice versa. We have a great relationship. He's a tremendous quarterback, he's a franchise quarterback. He's a leader, he's got all the intangibles." Not many, insider or outside the Steelers organization, viewed Fields as a placeholder at quarterback until Wilson became healthy. But based on how Wilson's debut went, that might become reality. Therefore, at the very least, Wilson should be thankful to Fields for helping the Steelers win 4 of their first 6 games. Without that strong start to the season, Wilson wouldn't be returning with a chance to win the AFC North. But Wilson doesn't appear to only be grateful that Fields helped him and the team. Wilson appears to genuinely care about Fields and his success. "Whatever I can give to him and show him and just be around him, that's part of my job," Wilson added in his post-game press conference. "I really believe that. Just being the second black quarterback to ever win the Super Bowl, there's an obligation to make sure I help him. And not just him, but everybody I encounter, man. I love this game. I'm passionate about it, and when you give, it comes back in return." Fields was a tremendous runner for the Steelers in the first 6 weeks of the season. He rushed for at least 50 yards in 3 of Pittsburgh's first 6 games. Fields also scored for 5 touchdowns on the ground. But Wilson gave the Steelers a lift in the passing game during his debut. He completed 16 of 29 passes for 264 yards and 2 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers shares alarming message after Jets loss to Steelers. The New York Jets lost a critical contest 37-15 to the Pittsburgh Steelers in Week 7. However, the comments after the game from Aaron Rodgers were even more alarming. "I mean, I just felt like the energy, it starts with me, the energy for whatever reason at halftime was a little flat. I felt like it was flat before the game too," Rodgers admitted. "I mean, Sunday Night Football, I gotta look at myself and what I can do to bring better energy, but we all gotta do better." ESPN's Rich Cimini called it a rather stunning admission. "I'm not blaming Rodgers for sharing these comments. If these are the truth, it is better to have them out in the open. However, this is a terrible response to what transpired in what was a very important contest. The Jets had perhaps more reason than any team in the NFL to not have flat energy. Gang Green entered this game 2-4 with their season on the ropes. Jeff Ulbrich is the interim head coach and has an opportunity to keep the job permanently if the team responds in the right way and wins games. Reinforcements are on the way. The Jets acquired Davante Adams in a blockbuster deal with the Las Vegas Raiders. Haason Reddick and the team agreed to a new deal that brought him in this week. If the Jets won this game, they would have improved to 3-4 with an upcoming road trip against the New England Patriots to potentially improve to .500. However, those hopes and dreams came crashing down to the Earth's surface against the Steelers. It would be one thing if the Jets had just simply lost to Pittsburgh. The game was played in prime time. Pittsburgh is a tough place to play, and Mike Tomlin is a great coach. There were plenty of reasons to lose, and you could walk away accepting that. However, losing and finding out the team lacked fire isn't a great sign of things to come. If the Jets couldn't get up for this game with seemingly everything on the line, when will they get up for a game? The Jets are on the edge of a cliff, and there are two ways this can go. On one hand, the green and white is 2-5, and if the season ended today would hold the number 5 overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. Despite sitting at 2-5, the Jets still have a 47% chance of making the playoffs, per ESPN Analytics. Those are the 8th best odds in the AFC, per ESPN's Rich Cimini. Are the Jets going to make a run? Or are we going to start writing about mock drafts before Thanksgiving again? At 2-5, technically speaking, everything is still in front of the Jets. However, the margin for error has narrowed significantly. This Jets team hasn't shown signs that they are capable of going on a massive winning streak, which would be a requirement to get back into the playoff conversation. Gotta give Coach Tomlin a lot of credit. Bill Belichick praises Mike Tomlin for good feel on QB decision. Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin went Lone Ranger with his decision to make a quarterback change from Justin Fields to Russell Wilson for Week 7 against the New York Jets. Prior to the change, the Steelers were 4-2 and coming off of a 32-point outburst against the Las Vegas Raiders in Week 6 with Fields at quarterback. But Tomlin wasn't going to let good be the enemy of great, which led to the change as he wanted to see what he has in Wilson. What he got on Sunday night was a strong performance from Wilson, who set the franchise record for most passing yards in a debut for the team. The 13th-year veteran threw for 264 yards and 2 touchdowns on 16 of 29 completions, adding a rushing touchdown to help the Steelers to improve to 5-2. For former New England Patriots head coach Bill Belichick, who appeared on the Pat McAfee show Monday afternoon, the move by Tomlin deserves a lot of praise. Coach Tomlin has a good feel now. You gotta give Coach Tomlin a lot of credit. I mean, that was, as usual, he makes a lot of good moves and knows his team extremely well, Belichick said of Tomlin's decision at quarterback, according to video via the McAfee show on YouTube. But he knows what he has with Wilson. He knows what he has with Fields, and that's a good thing to have halfway through the season and have two guys that you can count on. He didn't know that until last night for sure about Wilson. That was largely the reasoning behind the change from Fields to Wilson. He wanted to find out now, rather than later, at least according to ESPN's Jeff Darlington's report Sunday from ESPN's Sunday NFL Countdown. And it paid off. Wilson was outstanding against the Jets. He had some underthrown balls, but receivers made plays, and he was aggressive and cut it loose down the field time and time again. He really settled into a groove after the first quarter, adding an element to the offense that the Steelers had been missing early in the season in the passing game. Tomlin felt the Steelers needed to get a look, and he was rewarded in a big way, stating after the game that the decision is why he's well compensated to make those decisions, too. He's right. Now he knows what he has in Fields after 6 games and has a good feel for what he has in Wilson after Sunday night. It was just one game, but it was a bold move by Tomlin that paid off in a major way and now has the Steelers rolling and feeling good. Credit to Tomlin. He pulled the right strings and pushed the right buttons. He has a good feel for the team once again, and that showed. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Bill Belichick? Leave your opinion in the comments.